All righty, we are live finally on YouTube. Now, I don't know how this is going to go because I think there is a bit of a lag, but we're just going to do this and then we'll tidy it up later. But bye! I'm excited. Yes, 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 yes. I am here. Let's see if we go back to the Zoom. Okay. If I push done, what happens? Am I still on YouTube? If I push done, yes, I believe I am. No, I am not. I'll do that. Oh, we are still on YouTube. Okay, obviously this is my first YouTube live from Zoom on my phone. Okay, so I'm hoping this is good. I'm hoping this is great. I am Abby Pink-Lewin. I'm so super excited because your girl has been very consistent over the last 5 days. Get it? 5 days. Definitely consistent. I'm excited. Listen, she has not been consistent in the gym since undergrad. Okay. So I'm definitely giving myself my props because it's been 5 days and I've been going to the gym every morning and I'm excited. I'm loving this and ciao. Okay. Welcome to my channel. This is Avery Pink-Lewin here. And you know, there's a fresh wind blowing and she's not going to miss it. There is a fresh wind blowing. This is a season of elevation. We're in the year of exposure and justice, judgment. And I'll tell you all a little bit about that later. But I'm excited about what God is doing. I'm excited about where he has me. So many things are lining up that I can see from a faith perspective. And though I don't see everything with my natural eyes, boy, oh boy, my spirit man is leaping in joy and excitement over what is happening. So anyway, you don't see the title of the broadcast yet, but I'll go ahead and update that. It was supposed to. I thought it was supposed to update from coming over to YouTube from Zoom, but it did not. But anyway, I'm here celebrating 5 consistent days in the gym. Starting on Monday, what I was supposed to be, well, we'll get into that later. But started on Monday, here we are, it's Friday. I've been going every day, every morning from about 7:45 to 9-ish after dropping my girls off at school. And I'm excited. I'm excited because, like I said before, she's not been this consistent in a very long time. But not only that, God is doing a new thing in me, through me, for me, and with me. And I am excited to partner with him on that. I've been having a lot of success in my business, really, doubling down and focusing, like really narrowing my scope a little bit. And I've been seeing the fruit of my labor. I've been seeing fruit from my labor, and I'm excited. So I'll talk a little bit about that as well. And then I'm going to challenge anyone who's here. I mean, you can clearly see I don't have a lot of subscribers. I don't really have a lot of following across social media, probably across all my social media, not even 10K followers. Certainly, at the time of this video, I have a whopping 4 followers on this channel. But you wait and see what God does. And I'm documenting this. I had a different idea in mind for what this channel would look like and what I would actually accomplish, but he's shifting. And though my flesh is bucking, though my flesh is like, no, I don't want to do that, I mean, from a place of obedience, I'm doing what he tells me to do. So it is what it is. But yeah, so let's get in there. Let's see, and I don't like sitting through a lot of long YouTube videos, but boy, it is what it is. So what I learned from live streaming on Periscope, every time I say I'm gonna be here long, or this is not gonna be a long video, jokes on me, it'd be a long video. So I'm not gonna stay with you. I'm gonna spare you off from that disclaimer and just see what it do. So first thing is first, I'm celebrating the 5 days. That in and of itself is just kind of what it is. I don't even have to go any further. But I've been doing the back and forth thing with my weight. And it's not like I've consistently, like, I'm the highest I've been, I want to say, is probably, oh boy, that's neither here nor there. Let's stick to where I am right now. Bouncing back from them babies has been a challenge. Bouncing back from babies have been a challenge. My body, though the numbers on the scale look and say a certain thing, boy, the clothes are telling me a whole different story. And then let's not talk about getting up there in the age. I remember, being younger in my teens and watching like these infomercials and seeing all the, older women talking about crepey skin, talking about, flabby skin, talking about dry skin and all these things. And it never dawned on me that, skin care and all of such should become a priority for me. I just never did that. But now that I'm creeping up there, I'm creeping. My creep looks more like a scurry, but I'm creeping up there and I'm beginning to see the changes, and I'm like, oh, this is what they were talking about. Okay, so what are we gonna do about that? But I tell you what I'm gonna do about that. So I'll just introduce you all a little bit about me. My family is Jamaican, so I was born in Brooklyn. My family's Jamaican. I grew up tearing up the Jamaican food. It is what it is. And for my first pregnancy, I kind of just did what they say pregnant women did. I remember I during the entire pregnancy, I think I gained 62 pounds that entire pregnancy. And I had a high risk pregnancy. My turn? No. I had a high risk pregnancy. All three of my pregnancies were high risk. And for the first one, I had preeclampsia, and I was being monitored for signs of for diabetic triggers, right? But you couldn't tell me nothing. I just knew what pregnant women did. They just ate what they wanted to eat, and that's just kind of what they did, right? So I had a bacon cheeseburger with mayonnaise and ketchup and onion rings on the side every day for probably 7 out of the 10 months that I was pregnant. Woo, Lord help me. When I tell you, I love me them bacon cheeseburgers. They were so good at my job. And the guys behind the counter in the cafeteria did nothing to help me. They had it ready for me, and they had the pickles going, and sometimes they would have a nice little surprise for me. Whether it was, an extra side of onion rings, whether it was like onion rings / fries, whether it was making sure that even if there wasn't any tartar sauce out, they were gonna find tartar sauce for this pregnant lady to have with her onion rings. They did me solid, but they did not help me in my health at all. But they did my flesh solid. And anyway, so I gained about 62 pounds right there, and that was horrible. It was a nightmare. They ended up taking my baby from me. And when I say taking, like, I went into a normal doctor's checkup. And he was like, yo, these numbers are off the chain. We got to take this baby now, or else both of y'all are in jeopardy. So, I didn't have a bag ready, barely had a name picked out, didn't have anything going. It was just that much of a critical time for me to get that baby out. So had preeclampsia there. So my second child was high risk, and this time they're Irish twins, so they're literally less than a year apart, or about a year apart. And I was nervous. I was nervous because I almost died giving birth to this first one, not because of the childbirth, but because I actually got pneumonia in the hospital, and I was a goner. I could see it on, or they thought I was a goner. Let me rephrase my words. They thought I was a goner. All my nurses thought I was a goner. I mean, it happened. I wasn't even in the actual side of the hospital. I was like in the maternity, the labor and delivery side. So they weren't even prepared to handle all of that. It was just terrible, and I could see it. It was crazy. They didn't know what to do with me. But glory be to God, He had a whole different story. The enemy tried to take me out, not so. And so rebounded, recovered, all of that. Second baby, this one. So my first baby is my honeymoon baby. Baby number two, my little girl number two, is my anniversary baby, right? And she was also that was also a high risk pregnancy, and I didn't have near as much challenges with her, but it was in my mind. It was psychological because of all the trauma I went through with that first pregnancy. It was a doozy. But God is faithful. God is good. We did the do. And not as much drama with that one. Okay, fast forward 6 years, here comes my Christmas miracle. Okay, when I found out that I was pregnant the third time with my son, I was excited because I'm finally having my little boy, but it was 6 years behind the last one. So yes, I'm starting over from scratch almost, because they're at a point where mommy's getting some time back, and I could double down in my business, such I thought. But I had other plans. And here we are, December of 2018. I find out that I am pregnant, and I said to myself, or not even, I said, God, I'm 6 years older. I mean, you created me as a woman. I'm supposed to be having children. My body was built for this. And yet I had that much trouble. I need you're going to have to step in and do something miraculous, because I don't know if I could, my mind can't do it again. And what he said was, that I heard him clear as day. He said, you need to eat life. And I'm like, okay. So December 2018 was the last time I had meat. I don't call myself vegan. I just do describe my diet as a vegan diet, because it is the easiest way to explain it. But my directive was to eat life. So if it had to die, I don't eat it. So I don't really drink milk, but I do eat cheese every once in a while. Nothing died for me to get some cheese. And, aside from the plants, I obviously have to die, but you know what I mean. I eat life. That's what my directive was. I heard him say it very clearly. The doctors told me that my body is my body, and what it is, what I eat is not going to impact anything. But when I tell you that pregnancy was the smoothest pregnancy ever, it doesn't matter if they say, my diet has nothing to do with it. I heard what God said. He said to eat life. I immediately switched. I always said that I would never give up meat, because again, I grew up in a Jamaican home. Both my parents are Jamaican. My whole family is Jamaican, living in Brooklyn. We got the oxtail. We got the curry goat. I mean, I knew for sure I was going to struggle with the oxtail and not having oxtail. It's not even a concern. And I believe it's not a concern for me. I've not looked back. It was cold turkey. I mean, I cut cold turkey, and this is the person who you could not get me to eat. I mean, I wasn't horrible, but I love my hot food and I love my meat. I love my oxtail and all of that. I cut, it was cold turkey. And I believe it was like that because it was a directive that God gave me. There was no other reason. I believe that because he told me that this is how my diet is now going to be, I received the grace to accomplish the task. Let that one minister to your spirit. When you hear God giving you a directive and you know it's him, he will give you the grace to accomplish the task. I turn my back on oxtail, and you know, that's my oxtail. I turn my back on oxtail, no problem. So that pregnancy was beautiful. But then I realized that there was a thing called post-eclampsia. I ain't never heard about that, but your girl got it. So I still end up in the hospital. Glory be to God. My testimony is that he will never leave me nor forsake me. And for whatever reason, he had me to go through all of those things with all three of my birds. They were great. Now with the last one, I learned some lessons. She went natural. I didn't do any epidural. And boy, I mean, you know, I got to come back on, and I'm going to share some insights that I got from learning from going through childbirth. Like, honestly, they don't prep you for it. And there were some things I really wish I knew. Like, I wish I knew that contractions were like what you see on TV was not the thing. Like, I'm thinking like, oh, you know, and then it kind of subsides. It may start like that. But girl, nobody ever tells you them things be hanging around for a few seconds. And I'm just like, wait, you're supposed to stop. That didn't happen. And there was just some things that I was just like, why didn't anyone say that? They depict this all wrong in the movie. So I'm just going to help. I'm going to help a few of my ladies out and share what I am learning. Like, for example, right now, here we are potty training my young guy. And potty training really is nothing but target practice because boy, oh boy, I'm trying to teach him, you know, he knows when he wants to go and he tells me when he wants to go. But boy, can I show him how to aim that sucker so I don't have to be cleaning up after every time? I don't know if y'all remember the movie Daddy Daycare with Eddie Murphy. And when the little boy went into the bathroom, now, of course, it was with a number 2. Now, I don't know how they got on the ceiling, but sure enough, I know how you get a number 1 on the ceiling. I know how that happened, but I digress. Anyway. Where were we at? What was I talking about? See, this is why on Periscope when I say, oh, we're not going to be here long, that's for the birds. But I'm determined to get this thing in on this drive home, and I only got about 6 or 7 minutes left. So anyway, yes, I started with and I will perfect my YouTube living, right, as I continue to do this. So if y'all are here from the beginning, bear with me. Go ahead and like and subscribe and comment and do all that fun YouTube stuff that people be talking about. And, you know, we'll do the do. But so all of that to say, December 2018 was the last time I had some meat. My diet is I eat life. Therefore, I don't have an issue from a weight perspective, but boy, when I tell you, you know, I've been dancing since I was 4, but after all of them 3 kids, I don't have no core left. Like, them abs are gone. Like, I'm gonna need a DeLorean to go back in time and get my abs. And that's what I've been looking for over the last, you know, 8 or 9 years, trying to find like an actual DeLorean to go back in time so I can catch my abs. And I've not been successful. So here I am now having to go to the gym. And I'm excited because today marks day number 5. And I'm gonna keep this up. It is what it is. And I didn't think I was gonna make it day 5 because I've tried many, many times to start stuff. Now, you know, I've bought programs, I've done all that stuff, spent money on programs, barely even open up the app, barely even, you know, ain't no crease in the book, don't even know where the DVD is, and can't find the login for half the stuff. So I'm excited. I am celebrating me for 5 days of consistently going to the gym. So that's that one right there. Business on the business front. Listen, she has been focused. I have been building in my business, and I'm so excited. If you don't know, I am a messaging strategist. I love taking ideas from concept to implementation and executing and watching my clients win. I've been in business as a freelancer since 2003 and a little bit before 2003 because I was like doing the little hobby thing in undergrad, you know, back during Black Planet and MySpace days. But I've been freelancing for a good while and you know, really doing the business thing on the side. But about 4 years ago, I said I need to double down and make this thing like my main thing, right? Take my side hustle to the main stage. That's where that comes from. That was my motivation for me. And I am almost at the point where my side hustle is going to be my main. I'm bringing it to the main stage. I could right now if I wanted to, but you know, I'm that one who's going to be like, yeah, she was pregnant again, and her little babies need insurance. The family need insurance, and that's kind of what that is. So that's where my decision went. I'm never the person that's encouraging anybody to quit a job. So anybody that comes to me with that quit a job, I'd be like, can I get your number on speed dial so you can pay my bills? I want you to ask anybody on this internet who is telling you to quit your job because it's so awesome and amazing on the other side of that. If they're telling you that, ask them for their number because they must be volunteering to pay your bills when you can't get your business up and running quick enough. I digress. But in my business, I'm so excited. I'll probably come back on later on and walk through some of the things that I've been building that I know is going to make a dent in this online space because quite frankly, I built what I wish I saw. I built what I wish was existed for me. I put my money where my mouth is and I built it to support new and up and coming, evolving entrepreneurs so they have real support. Like I'm not talking about the support that come from these coaches that you put your money in their pocket and their support is that they'll gladly sit there while they and take it. I'm talking about literally helping you grow your business from soup to nuts to get you to that 10K mark. And, you know, a lot of people don't really talk about the 10K mark, and it's real cute on these internet streets in 2023 to hear about six figures, to hear about getting to $1 million. But the reality is you can get to neither one of those milestones without getting to 10K first. And you can't get to 10K without getting to 1K. And I think it's very disingenuous for people to talk about these lavish numbers and how their lifestyle is so freaking amazing when it is $1 at a time, you know, a penny at a time, a dime at a time, however you want to do it. You're not going to get to $1 million without crossing all of those other little chump change first. So I'm excited about what I built. I'm excited to share it with the world. I'm still building. I'm still kind of figuring it out. I'll be launching a beta program soon. And so, you know, go ahead and stick with me. I'm definitely going to share about it here. But I only want people who are ready to like take some action because I really need you to help me build this out. So I want it refined by the middle of 2024. And then I'm really going to, you know, run with it. But right now, this is in the trenches for my beta participants. And I'm going to do 3 beta rounds because I really want to get this thing right. And I'm excited. So all I have to say, I'm a messaging strategist. I'm a consultant. I get paid in my 9 to 5, well into the 6 figures to do what I do in my business with my clients. I work for the largest employer. And my annual budget to do what I do is just over $148 million. So your girl know what she's doing. She's entrusted with this money in these communication and marketing campaigns. I'm here from life experience for sure, but I'm also, you know, I rub elbows with all the top consultants in the country because they all support my employer. And I've learned a lot from them. I've picked up a lot from them. And I just pay it forward in my own business. I believe that there's way more in this world that we all can have if we double down on what makes us unique and an individual. And where we shine so well. Where we don't, we just absolutely don't. And we just need to supplement where we shine in those areas. It is what it is. So I am excited to share about that. So, more to come with that. But the celebration for me is that I have been extremely diligent and consistent. And I did what was necessary. During this time, my birthday's coming up. So I'm still going to do my Vision Run 100, and a little bit about Vision Run 100. My birthday is on September 24th, which is exactly 100 days away from the new year. Now, many of you who follow me on other platforms, specifically like Wisdom, you all know that I also observe the Hebraic calendar, which right now we are in the new year on the Hebraic calendar. So my new year already started, and I'm off to a really good start. So by the time the world catches up with new year, I'll be ready. I'll be raking in the dough, raking in the dough. So I'm excited about how, God, just how my life has transformed as I begin to double down on the things that matter to God, the things that matter to, as I'm led by the Holy Spirit. I'm just excited about what has been occurring in my life. Again, everything is not perfect, and he never said that it would be, but I think that I've learned a lot over the last several years, and now is my chance to know better and do better, and that's kind of where I am right now. So this is why I'm taking an opportunity to celebrate right now these little quick wins that I'm having. So 5 days, 7 days, I'll probably come back and do it, because this was a Monday to Friday thing. Over the weekend, child, if I can get up on my bed tomorrow morning and get to the gym and do that again on Sunday morning and still go to church, that's gonna be dope. And if I can, boy, I don't know how I'm gonna I might celebrate with some, like some kind of vegan cake or something like that. But I'm excited. I am truly excited. We are approaching where we at? Yom Kippur is the next thing coming up. And again, I do observe the Hebraic calendar and the Feast of the Lord that we are instructed in the Word to continue to observe all the way till the very end. I'll probably come back and talk a little bit about why I do that. I think it's extremely important and this is specifically for believers. If you're not a believer out there, then that's fine. If you just kind of want to just sit tight while I explain this. But I think it's important that as we are in a time and season of, just the human existence where so many are trying to find God, but we're finding God through our own lens, and we're trying to understand the God that we serve through our own experiences. That's where we go wrong, because then we put him in the box, and because we don't have his mind and we don't know his ways, we're unable to truly live the life that he has designed for us. And we don't even know what that looks like. So unfortunately, we are settling for an existence that is, it's just completely disjointed from what he actually wants for us. So my goal was to really find where and what he has me to live. And the only way I can do that is to really kind of zone in and focus in on him. And that's how I read the Bible now. That's how I kind of walk, is looking at what God has done, and not how I feel about what he's done or what I think about what he's done, but honestly, just what the scriptures say that he has done, like just keeping it real simple and learning him like that, so that I don't get set up by this false understanding of God. Like so many times, I shared on Wisdom this morning. If you follow me on Wisdom, you would have already heard that. But so many of us hear this concept. I was listening to a song this morning, and I am home, so I'm going to land my plane real quick. But I was listening to a song on the radio this morning, and one of the lyrics, one of the phrases in the song said, if there is a God, how does he choose who to heal and who not to heal? And I thought that was really insightful. But the reality is when we take it for brass tacks, when we look at what the word says and the scriptures say, the reality is under this new covenant, under this period of grace, there is no choice that God has to make as to who to heal and who's not to heal. Because you got to remember, he sent his son to die so that we might have life and have it more abundantly. Not only that, there is a guarantee that by his stripes we are healed. Now, yes, there's a question of why doesn't everyone get healed? Now, that is a whole nother scope or a whole nother live stream for many, many reasons as to why. But the reality is we should have full confidence that God's plan for us is healing. God's plan for us is perfect health because he sent his son to die on the cross so that we might achieve that. But the fact that we wrestle all the time, or we begin to pray things like, I pray God's will be done. And since my loved one, or since my friend, or whoever it is, that we're pondering this about in our mind, since they were not healed or haven't been healed, or God forbid, since they passed, it was God's will be done, and that was his will was not for them to be healed. I challenge that line of thinking. I challenge any believer with that line of thinking. And I literally challenge you to go back to the basics of the God that you say you love and serve. And I say this in love, and I don't mean, I don't want, I can't help it if you get offended over what I'm saying, but I don't mean for you to be offended over what I'm saying. I am really challenging you, as iron sharpens iron, that your God said he sent his son so that he might die, that you might have life and have it more abundantly. Abundant life, what does that look like? It says by his stripes we are healed. Period, point blank, the end. Why are we accepting any condition less than healed, perfectly healed? Now, because we are healed, that means that we are going to have situations where we are not in a space of health, right? We may have to deal with some illness, but God is a healer. And by his stripes, Jesus, we are healed. And that is the promise. That is one of the covenant cornerstones of this new covenant that we live under grace. So by nature of that, we must know that it is not our Father's will that we be sick, and certainly not be taken out by sickness. That's not it. Now, if we reach the end of our days and we are sick, that's different. Perhaps we've reached the end of our days and we just happen to be sick when that comes, or somebody, not we, but somebody, right? That's a possibility too, but that's even a digression. I just want to challenge the thought to when someone says that why didn't God heal? Well, he already established that we have good health. Beloved, may you be in good health as your soul prospers, right? That's also in the word. We lack true understanding and knowledge of the God that we serve, therefore we fall for all of these things, and we have a very skewed perception of who he is, therefore we have a skewed perception of how our life should look. So I don't even know how I got on that. I'm just going to say, Holy Spirit, somebody needed that, and we'll just kind of keep it right there. But I'm home, so that's the second thing that I am celebrating is my business breakthrough, my focus. I'm excited about that, and I'm excited to share. I'll come back on. And then lastly, what's up next is my diet. That's the last thing I have up here. What's up next is my diet. Listen, I know I eat life, but just because I eat life does not mean it looks healthy, right? And I am not about to sit up here and take it for granted, because all the stuff we see going on and all of this madness we see out here, I want my life and life abundant. That's my goal. I have my goal, my eyes set on life and life abundant. I need to eat my life and life abundant. So my diet right now, I am eating life. I don't eat meat, but I know my nutrients and my intake is off. Like, I mean, it's nothing for me to have fries and potentially some hash browns, and then maybe like a Beyond beef, a Beyond patty. Not like a sausage patty, not a Beyond sausage patty, but like a beef patty, but with Beyond meat. That's not good. That's not healthy. I used to eat a lot of salads. I used to do a lot more raw. And that somewhere along the line, when my son started crawling and up to this point, so somewhere between 1 and some change to now he's about to be 4, I lost my way in eating life. and I've just been eating no meat, right? And by no means does that mean it's healthy. So I'll have like a lot of carbs, and I don't know my mineral intake. Yes, honey, I'm coming. Yes, you see the doggy? My mineral intake, the vitamins, I mean, just everything is off, and it's time for me to do better. So that's what I'm doing. And what's up. My focus is the diet. And boy, I tell you, trying to get up with the girls and getting them to school, I've been leaning on, waffles, pre-made pancakes. I told you a lot of that Beyond sausage. Oh my gosh. It's just a nightmare, and I've been raising my little ones on it. I got to do better, and if better is going to be in this household, it starts with mama. Unfortunately, let me scratch that. Fortunately, it starts with mama, and fortunately, because I am led by the Spirit, I have the grace to do that which I know I should do, and I'm going to accomplish it, right? He will see this work through in me, and it will accomplish the task it's intended to accomplish. This is how I talk to myself in my head, because I don't want to be up at the crack of dawn to work out. I don't want to do all of that on top of everything else that I have to do, on top of being wife, on top of being mom, on top of trying to just keep things, on top of still being daughter, on top of being sister, on top of being auntie, on top of being cousin, on top of being, in my just everything. And I still want to build a successful business, and I still want to do all the things, and I still want to live, and I still want to, and I still want to, and I still want to. Listen, there's just so much stuff going on, but the reality is I need that grace, and I ask Holy Spirit for it every day, and that's just what it is. So I got to get it done. Why? Because I got one time going this route. I got one time, and I've never been a shoulda, coulda, woulda kind of gal. I've never been the one to feel good about shoulda, coulda, woulda. Some people out there, they love shoulda, coulda, woulda. Shoulda, coulda, woulda is okay for them. That is not okay for me. And if I know better, my goal is to always do better. So that's what that is. So yeah, up next for me to challenge is the diet. And I know that starts by at least just having the right food accessible at home and shopping correctly. So there's no excuse to not do that in 2023. There's ample information all over the place. I can't even pretend like I gotta be digging. That's not a thing. Folks who have already traveled this road before me, they may have had to do an uphill battle. I just gotta put a simple Google search in there and be disciplined enough to follow through. So now that next, I haven't defined next. So that's really where I still have a little bit of wiggle room. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I do got to get a handle on my diet. So with that being said, this was lovely. I don't know how long this is. It's likely longer than I wanted it to be, but neither here nor there. I'm excited to get started on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe. Follow, like, comment, do all the other stuff. If you are with me, if you are picking up what I'm putting down, go ahead and say me in the comments. If you have any thoughts on anything that I said, if you shared any experience of what I just shared, please go ahead. I know I don't live in a bubble, and neither do I live in a silo. There's other people out there like me. Let's go ahead, and I'm big on accountability. I have accountability partners all up and down. Just because I'm big on accountability doesn't mean that I'm always wanting to be checked, but I always leave room to be checked, and I always leave room to make sure that I run with runners. So if somebody is like this, you better believe that I'm gonna be right up with them, because they're not leaving me behind. Like, that's how I am. So if that's you, I only want to run with people who are trying to get where they're trying to go. It will keep me motivated to go, and I would love for my subscriber base to be that. So please go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, tag me in anything you think would be helpful for me. I'm always open. I'm a constant learner, and I know I always have content to talk about, but it'd be great to see some of your own inspiration, and then get my own thoughts on that. So y'all be blessed. Have an amazing day. I'm going to be back on a couple more times. Like I said, I took this time off. I don't think I said it actually, but because my birthday is coming up and I'm getting ready for the Vision Run 100, I took off this time from my job. And so I'll be home for the next, 2 weeks. And this is really where I'm going to establish the habit of running the way I want to run and what I need to do. And I'm excited to meet all of you all and see who else out there who wants to do the same. It's time for us to live the life that we were designed, created, and gifted to live. And I don't know about you, but I want it now while I'm young enough to enjoy it. Okay? Sirs and ma'ams out there. So y'all be blessed and talk to you on the next broadcast. And with that, let's see how we stop the live stream.